Scorpio, hey, what's up? How's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're not, right? I'm Deborah, this is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking into your weekly reading. Happy day. Let's see. Ooh. Genesis. I'm not pronouncing that. I keep thinking of gnocchi for some reason. Gnocchi is delicious. One of my faves. Okay, so what are we kind of cultivating, Scorpio? What is the highest and best message for you this week? What do you need to see, sense, feel, hear? This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Obviously, cross watchers are welcome. The energy is fluid. It's timeless. As long as the message resonates, it's meant for you. Everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different, guys, obviously, but the energy will be the same. I also do personal readings. As a side note, I would be more than happy to look into where you're at to support in whatever is the highest and best way. Yeah. So needing to ground yourself a little bit more. This is a pretty current theme with all the zodiac readings. You know, we've kind of been getting lost in the frustration, the tension, the emotions, things getting very heightened. Sometimes rightfully so, for sure, but a lot of times not. And that's where that grounding comes in. There is some secrets being hidden in this situation, whether that's you or whomever you're dealing with. I feel like you can pick this up. You are a water sign. That water energy connects us. Oh, there we go. The gnocchi. No. I don't even, I'm like such a bad, words are not my fortitude. I've always been like a horrible speller. I'm very phonetic in the way I pronounce things, and the English language just isn't that way. So unfortunately, it's not my strong suit. Unfortunately or not, I don't know. Anywho, yeah, so I think this is a lot about you kind of tuning in. I think that I hear this as whatever these secrets are, whatever is being hidden, not fully up front and on the surface. Be mindful, especially if that's your energy coming through, especially if you're the person that's kind of hiding things, because it is going to always come out, right? That's the nature of the beast. That's how life energy works. Yeah, temperance. There's a lot of fear around this for you, Scorpio, which I get 100%. That's why there's that emotion, the water energy. But you know, I always love to, dude, temperance popped out again. This is Sagittarian energy. It's really that value of being able to kind of find balance, find harmony between what is happening in the spirit world, the energy, what we're kind of intuiting, fantasizing, some of the fears, along with what's going on in the physical world. And that's not always easy, especially when we're a water sign and we pick things up incredibly easily. So that being said, Scorpio, oh, sorry guys, lots of heartbreak. Oh, I'm sorry. That's so sad. This has been, yeah. So places that maybe the intention was there, but the follow through was just lacking. It brought about a lot of hurt and pain. You're probably trying to ground yourself after a really difficult situation, feeling a lot of sadness, feeling a lot of regret. Maybe whatever you were hiding, I don't feel like it necessarily came out, but I feel like, you know, we all have these parts of ourselves, and I feel like sometimes Scorpion energy is very familiar. with those things, like kind of like the deep, dark secrets. I get it. I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. You know, and so it's kind of that value of like, why are we hiding? When we hide, we're not fully divulging the information. And really, especially if we're hiding that to, you know, until the ends of the earth, or with these really, really strong boundaries, it does end up hurting us in the long run, right? So maybe dealing with a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, someone who's also very slow moving. It's very interesting having this night energy. These are more the slower nights in the deck. So like not a lot of evolution, not a lot of process happening. Oh yeah, there's the Lovers. Change in relationship, change in dynamics. Whether this is a romantic partner for you or not. You know, this is the energy of things changing. And I think it's changing in a way that maybe you're not a fan of. I feel like there was a strong connection with this person, this situation. You could be dealing with a Gemini, you know, with the Lover's energy. But I think at the same time, maybe you weren't really expecting this, right? Like maybe this kind of came, I don't know, like this kind of came at a time that I think you never thought it was going to happen, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. But it's forcing you to kind of grow up. It's forcing you to connect more with that spiritual part of yourself, right? I gotta look that word up, dude. I gotta look, like, I think on the pronunciations. So bad. So sad, so bad. Genosis. I don't think that you pronounce the G, though. Gnosis? I've never heard of that word. Have you guys? Side note, Deborah. Tisk. Yeah, so dealing with someone, you know, I feel like this earth energy, they're kind of, ooh. I feel like you had information that came to light. Maybe some things that you were trying to hide. It's come to the surface. You're dealing with someone that is very afraid about this. They're not whole. Like, I feel like they were using you for their own advantage. And then things started coming out. I don't think that they know the full truth, but there's questions. Because there's a lot of fear for them. I think you were trying, like, I don't feel like your heart was ill intent, Scorpio. I think you were trying to kind of like get from point A to point B, but it wasn't in the most like above board way. Like some of it was a little underhanded, some of it was a little dirty. No shade, you know, we all do it. Like, I think sometimes we try to find the most easiest solutions, you know, that kind of don't take us out of our comfort zone. And that makes sense. But I think that that's being challenged for you right now. There is a lot of light being shed on the places that your heart is broken, that you maybe have chosen certain things out of that heartbreak, out of that grief, that sadness. You might be feeling like this earth sign doesn't really want to work with you anymore. Let's look at that connection between you two. Okay, yeah, so there's this justice energy. Justice is our legal system. It's ruled by Libra. Having a very diplomatic approach to things. Very level-headed. It's air energy. So it's like when we use our intellect to kind of deliberate what is highest and best. So how is this playing out for you? Scorpio, okay. changing the tune a little bit. Kind of waiting to see how it all unfolds. Yeah, there's a lot of waiting energy. Okay, so what is this hidden secret? Conflict, okay. Are you trying to stir the pot? Or someone else's with that conflict energy, especially around relationships, community, and the environment. So be mindful, Scorpio, 10 of Pentacles, because, and this is like the other side of Scorpio. Again, I get this 100%, but sometimes out of our own ego, fears, etc., we end up making choices that does kind of try to manipulate and control the situation. This is you trying to get at this other person via the conflict. So instead of just like coming out and saying like, hey, I love you, I care about you, I want things to work between us, it's like you're hiding that. You're hiding what you really want, but then still trying to manipulate the situation to work in your favor. And it does feel like there's a lot involved. A lot of people is what I'm saying. Especially with that earth energy. Who are they? There's your Scorpion energy right there with the death card. Who is this earth sign? Could be Aquarius, another Scorpio, Ace of Pentacles. So this kind of like refusal to make changes, to allow healing, which actually helps the situation move forward. Instead of having this kind of like behind the scenes, secret desires, intentions, etc., nothing can move forward. I feel like this is a general overtone in the collective right now. I didn't do an astrology reading this week. I know we're in the first quarter of the moon phase. We're coming up on a full moon next week. So I say that just to be mindful about like where you're putting your energy and intention. The first quarter of the moon is when we kind of reevaluate what's working, what's not. Ideally, we get rid of the things that are not helping us and focus, put more energy and time into what is. I feel like you're playing with fire a little bit, Scorpio. I'm so sorry to say this. I don't throw any shade. It's complete non-judgment. I just think that what I'm hearing is you have to be really, really mindful with how you show up. If this is attached to money for you, I feel like you don't want anybody messing with your money. I feel like, why though? But it's your choice. That's the thing. You might have to invest in something, pay something back, a loan back, etc., that you really don't want to have to deal with. But Spirit, Universe, God, however you understand it, is forcing you to do so. And you're in this space right now, like, do I really want to invest in this or not? Because it's going to take my time, it's going to take my money, it's going to take my energy, and I don't really know if this is worth it for me. Yeah. Especially if there's not this reciprocity between you and this other person. It's too stressful, guys. There's not enough love. There's not enough connection. Yeah. In this relationship to make it worth it or valuable for you. I think you love them. I think that they love you. I think that there is synergy on some level, but it feels like too much has been done behind the scenes, and this is a result of that. The disconnect too. Woo. Yeah, coming apart. I think Cancer got that as well. You know, so, I mean, it kind of goes back to that value of we have to know when relationships have run their course. When it's not really, like, helping us or serving us anymore. That's a really hard thing to do, to let go of. Even if we know it's done instinctually, I think like releasing, surrendering to the process is probably one of the harder things that we actually have to do in life. So follow the leader. You know, I feel like what you're dealing with this person, you already see how they're showing up. You might have to kind of take a page out of their book, is what I'm hearing. Not giving them all this clout or disregarding you by any means. But things are blocked and they're not going to be moving forward, especially if you guys aren't talking about things, or there's a lot of secrets, lies, hidden agendas in the situation, which is playing a strong role. So take a note, you know, like really kind of get connected with yourself, why you're doing what you're doing. I feel like this is actually going to help evolve the situation. Maybe not specifically with them. Maybe you guys can readdress in the future. But I feel like for now, things are blocked because of everything that has happened. That's not good, bad, right, or wrong. I feel like Spirit's asking you to kind of take that step back. Recognize that it is painful. There's a lot of grief. But being open to moving forward. Really tapping into that sacred essence of who you are, your spiritual self. Being a little bit stronger in your worth and your value. And that's totally easier said than done. But that really just comes from getting to know ourselves, spending time with ourselves, validating ourselves, you know, even when we're our own worst critic, which we all are, right? So Scorpio, I hope this helped. I know this was kind of a rough message to work through, but I'm sending so much love and blessing as you navigate things. Know I'm here if you want a reading or just any type of support, wellness, etc. I would love to be available. Definitely give big thumbs up. Drop comments below. Let's build and grow the community. Thank you so much. Lots of love and blessings always.